Hello Tumblr world, this one's for you. I'd also like to give a shout out to Tattooed and Boozed, my main man, cool dude. If you can, follow him, he's got some great stuff. Although most people tolerate Adderall well, there are some potential side effects of the medication, such as headaches, weight loss, and emotional changes. In many cases, Adderall side effects are minor and can be easily treated by you or your healthcare provider. However, there are several side effects of Adderall, such as chest tightness, that you should report immediately to your healthcare provider. I'm going to follow that up with a quote from Aristotle, who says, "The least initial deviation from the truth is multiplied later 1,000-fold." This piece is called Wreckage. I am who I am. A doctor once called me reckless to the point of self-endangerment. I got stuck on being reckless, my feet sinking in the sands of self-endangerment. Reckless like the woods that are disappearing, like the missing sounds of the morning sparrow, like the hunter with his arrow through my heart, inside the stitches around the throbbing veins. My mother told me to keep it a secret, that my gifts make me a witch, but holding it leaves me twitching and reckless. I can hear what you're thinking, come sit at my table, your aura is a comforting green. Green, my favorite color, full of life, like the dreams I dream that come to fruition, like the way my grandmother stands over a pot in the kitchen, and how babies see angels, they know something we don't, staring at nothing and laughing with every feeling they are able, reckless like the famous Pandora's fable. Temptation leads to damnation, but not more than ye can bear. And I'm sitting in this chair with this doctor spewing like Charlie Brown. He can't tell, it's just my body that is there. The prostitute in the street, the sinner that gives her a job, the monopolies that consume. Not like the game we used to play, these hotels house the doom. Like the boom when you slammed the door when I wouldn't take the pills. Or when I lied and you swore that I could sit still, but it was all me. No magic medicine in my veins because that shit destroys me. It's like I'm on automatic. I act, but I cannot feel. A caged whale and everyone else is tapping on the glass just from eyebrow to toenail in steel. I listen, but I can't see you because the me inside myself is burning out. Like Tinkerbell with no belief, a skeleton in the closet waiting to come out. The me inside of me is my savior, the questions I have to ponder while I saunter down the halls, molding and shape-shifting, marijuana comforting and lifting me high, looking down at myself, hearing the me inside my head, the hunger, begging to be fed. I have to explore her, none of your pills are worth the cost. I'd rather have nights when I'm lost and when my best friend stands behind me to take a shot, or all of the battles that I've fought with myself. Curiosity, the cat, my mother said. She always worried, but in her hurry to start over, she couldn't hear me tell her. A cat has 9 lives, and I've only got 1 to live, so I can't settle. I can't be like the rest, I'll be the worst if I have to, but never the rest, that I can't stand myself always holding my breath. Because of that little piece inside, the needle to the haystack that wonders if they're right. Perhaps the melodies and songs and words and abilities in my head aren't meant to be. What if a part of me is broken that needs to be fixed? Because when I was a little girl, it's hard for me to sit. In class, I talked real fast, had tantrums through divorce 1, husband 2, and the stepmom-to-be, and husband number 3. Maybe because I was the last one in aftercare at the mere age of 3, or because the world beat me and broke me and violated and tried me. Because I was angry when daddy had a secret son, or when my stepdad was so far off the edge he couldn't see the sun, or because mom ignored it and pretended it was better but it was worse. And of course my little sister didn't understand, so while I watched, and when she was little I was the only one who could understand her. But they didn't see how it hurt us because they were all so jaded, everything was a blur. Or because I got drunk and skipped school, snuck out at night and broke the rules. Smoked weed after school and looked in all the wrong places to find all the bad things and remember all of the long ago faces that faded and tripped and fell on the way to an end they couldn't decipher. And because I am proud to be telling their story to anyone who will listen, and of their existence I am sure. Or because I sliced myself to pieces, don't like chocolate but razors, and touched embers to my skin, and it filled me up like the wind. Questions and stares still make me fumble, but I choose to keep the scars like the stars that map out the sky to remind me of all of my failed attempts to fly. Or because in my path to find myself I've made every mistake you can make. Drunk driving, car accidents, arrests, negligence, and greed. I've chosen unworthy people because I lost sight of my family. But despite all of this shit, the list of do nots, think of the knot in my stomach when my sister told me I was a role model because I show her what not to do. Who knew she was too young to remember that I loved her, always, tenderly, and protected and saved her from the wrath, but even through the pounding wind on my back, my family still loves me. The real me, the crazy and reckless and passionate me, the stubborn, empathetic, guarded 3 strikes to learn me. There may have been times when they weren't present, but like God who brings hope, when the moon smiles and shines light in the dark, and a sunrise each day at the start, they were always behind me. They stood in the wrath and wreckage of my recklessness and restlessness, but they will always be invested in it. In me, a girl sitting here pretending to listen to a man say I'm crazy, loco, loony, psycho, and my head's in the clouds of my own mind, not sitting on a cloud but jumping from each to each. See, I could never sit still, and I'm reckless. You'll see. Thanks, guys. I'm PennyPeninsula. Stand by for more. Be easy, live strong, love slow.